everyone! So today I'm going to go through some of the tools and stuff that I use for journaling, then you could also use to make your D&D journal a little spicy. So as you can see, I've got a lot of different ones. This is a miniature 3-ring binder. I'm actually going to use this in a future video for a new character and a Journal with Me series. So that will be hopefully pretty interesting to you. If it's not, I apologize in advance. This is a journal that I made for a character that I'm currently playing in my in-person campaign. However, I have not kept up with journaling with her. I was taking notes like this when I first started playing because I didn't know you could use like online stuff. And for me, it was easier than bringing my laptop every session. So I have been transcribing these into here, and I'm behind, so we'll just get to that when we get to this. This is another one that I'm making for a backup character for my next in-person campaign. Scratch that. This is a binder I am making. Once this campaign finishes, I will be using this character in the next campaign, whatever that may be. And little sad note, this character is named after my grandmother who just passed away, and that's why making this journal is important to me, because it could be another year before I get to play her, but this is a healing kind of project. So that's why I've got this one, and I will show you a little bit about that one later. Funnily enough, this is here because I'm about to go over the next part. Not exactly a journal. And then the other one that we have is a 6-ring binder. So this used to be a planner, and I changed it and turned it into a character journal, and I will go through this in a minute as well. But first things first, basic tool you need some kind of journal, okay? The next thing I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna want is paper. So you can print out your character sheets and just throw them in a journal. You can use something like this, which is modular. I made this myself, and I do have it available, and it is linked in the description. But you're gonna want something to put this on if you don't just print it out. So I present with you different types of paper. There's tons of paper available if you go the disc bound route. This is dot grid paper. They also have graph paper, plain paper, comes in white, black, craft, and you can just print straight on this, or you can cut stuff out and put it on there, which is what I'm going to do with this for a journal. There's also scrapbooking paper. So these are something that I have for a project. I really like this one because it's a map. So you can kind of cut out part of this, and even though it's real world, you know that you can always adjust it. And then this is double-sided, so if I only need a portion of it, I can use this side, or I can use that side. Same thing with these lovely pages, which is why I got 2 of them. You can use either side. And then this is just a single-sided page, but I still liked it. Floral theme. In addition, you can make your own paper or use colored cardstock. So I've done a combination of all of these things, as you can see. So I've got lovely pink cardstock that I've punched for my purposes. I've also tea stained and coffee stained to age paper, and it gives different looks on either side. And to do this, I used mixed media in the 5.5 8x5. It comes perforated, so I can just tear it out, and it comes in this color so that I can leave it white, or I can color it whatever color I want to do. So that's fairly easy. Once you've got your paper in, then you just have to decorate it. There is a lot going on here. You've got your washi tape. I've got bits and baubles. I've got paper, stickers, pads, rub-on transfers, ink, watercolor crayons, glitter glue. Love it, by the way. Stencils, various markers. Underneath here, I've got some watercolor brushes. The opportunities are endless. I have a whole thing here of different pens, watercolor pencils, scissors, markers, you name it. Okay, so the first journal I'm going to go through is this one because it's still brand new and needs to be made. I have this because this is my favorite pen, so I always keep it in here. These sheets are going to be laminated. I'm missing an art piece that I want to put in here of a character portrait, and then once I have that in there, I'm actually going to laminate these sheets so that I can use a marker, so that I can use a fine Sharpie and write on it. And so this is like a lamination pocket, and you can write, for example, you can write on there. And then when I no longer want it to say my name, I can use some hand sanitizer or alcohol wipes and a tissue and just wipe that off of there, and it won't be there anymore. In case I ever need to start over with the character sheet. It's mainly for these. So this is what the modular sheets look like there's a link to them in the description if you want your own set. I made them in an editing program. And so basically for here, when your modifier changes or, the numbers change in there, it's good to have these laminated. If your AC changes, hit points, obviously, it's good to have those changeable. These won't necessarily change too much, but it's good to have those typed out and or put on there. And then the inventory, your golds, all of the silver, copper, what you have in your inventory will change. And then just plan to put some artwork down in here, so might give that a little try. And then I have other things that are going to go in this area. Probably going to do something about like the rest of the party, and then this will be a section, since it's grid paper, it's really good for maps. So I'll probably have areas that we travel to, and then notes here in the back. I promised a tour of these as well, so I'm going to start with this one because they're both unfinished, but this one is a little bit more simplistic since I'm still working on it. I've got my front cover, and I have this sheet that I've laminated that's going to have all of the basic things that I need in here, and I can write on them, write on it, and then when I no longer need it, wipe it off. Or as it changes, wipe it off. I'm going to have these dividers. So the first one's going to be like stuff for my character. I'm going to have another set through here, and these will all stick out and they'll come just to the edge of this. I also want to laminate them, but I'm also going to put some stuff back here that I haven't gotten to yet. And then I learned my lesson by not punching things before I laminated them. So these will be laminated and then I will punch them and put them in here. And this is watercolor paper that I got, so it's very thick, which is going to make the dividers very thick. Note paper for taking notes, and then I'll have this in here for any little pieces that I need to stick in or quick reference. And I promise to update you on this when I get more in there. Okay, so this part is going to explain a little bit more of why I'm doing the other journal the way that I am. So I had these that I made that I laminated. I have a reference page for the rest of, or the whole party I should say, because I needed that in the beginning. I didn't know who was playing what, and yeah. There's a section about the character, so I've got that, and this is erasable as much as it can be. And I filled it out, and I have one thing to say. If you get a full-size punch, don't just punch your page, or you will end up with it not only off sides, as you can see this sticks out from the cover, but there's also an extra punch that doesn't need to be there. For 9 discs, not 8. Recommend getting yourself one of these. This, you punch, you line that up with where you want it to go, punch it, then you put that next one in there, and it will make sure that they're equally spaced, and then you can count how many. And it will be much better for you than this guy. I use this guy for my full paper-sized planner, so it's not an entire waste, but I wish that I had not bought it. And then I've got some paper that I left in here. This is a reference. So I put this on a sticky because I needed it in a scenario, and I haven't had a chance to make a reference page. So shove is a good way to end grappled as a condition. You can shove the monster or your party if in melee range. And then got some more graph paper, regular paper for references. I'm just gonna put my character spells in here. I've got the lovely little spell sheets that are modular, and so I was just going to paste them in here like so. And then notes. So we started almost a year ago now, and last session that I transferred notes over was in February. So I have about a year's worth of notes to put in here because I haven't done so. And then this tab back here is backup character that I made that's got her backstory, information about siblings. She was going to be a warlock, so very, very interesting. Very interesting thing. So I have all of the notes for every session typed up. I'm half tempted to just print them out, punch them, and put them in here, to be honest. But I want to have this for when the campaign is finished. I'll have it as a memory, and I can look back through it, remember what happened, I'm sentimental, so I like, and artsy, so I like stuff like this.